Hey Pixie Dusters! Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Fio and I love all things Disney. Today is the beginning of a new series on this channel called Imagineer Profiles, where I'll be telling the stories of the incredibly talented Imagineers who create the Disney parks. We're going to be starting off this series by looking at the first woman ever hired by Walt Disney Imagineering, Harriet Burns. And I can guarantee that whether or not you've heard of her, you are extremely familiar with her work because you've seen it every time you step foot in Disneyland. Harriet Burns was born Harriet Taft on August 20th, 1928. She grew up in San Antonio, Texas, and then went to college in Dallas, Texas. A cool story that I found about her while I was doing some research for this video was that her father said that she could only attend college if she majored in home economics. So she applied for a major in home economics, got in with home economics, and then changed her major to art on the first day. In 1953, she moved with her husband and young daughter to California, where she got a job working for Dice Displays. She was tasked with creating a Santa's village in warm, sunny Southern California. I don't really understand what they were thinking, and the public didn't seem to either because Dice Displays went out of business shortly after she began working for them. Luckily, she was able to find a new job in 1955, and this is where her story with Walt Disney Imagineering begins. She was actually hired not in Imagineering, but in set and prop design for the Mickey Mouse Club TV show. But once Walt recognized her incredible talent, he decided that she would be even more useful in the model shop, which is now a section of Walt Disney Imagineering, and she began creating models for some of the most well-known Disney attractions in history, and she worked on some of the first ever audio animatronics. Beyond her talent for model making and art, Harriet can be remembered as having a wicked sense of humor, as her granddaughter remembers in an article for the Walt Disney Family Museum. According to Blaine Gibson, another former Imagineer that I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more about in the future of this series, she had a great perception of what needed to be done. If you're going to pick a partner, you couldn't pick a better one than Harriet. Her hard work and attention to detail made her incredibly valuable in creating Disneyland, a place grounded in perfect appearances and the details that come together to create the magic. So now that you know a bit about her, where in Disneyland can you find evidence of this groundbreaking, trailblazing Imagineer? Well, she created models for countless amazing attractions, including some of my favorite, the Sleeping Beauty Castle, the entire New Orleans Squareland, the Haunted Mansion, and the Matterhorn. She also had a large hand in creating the audio animatronics for the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction, and it's mostly down to her expertise that the pirates look so believably piratey. She was the one who created this pirate. You know the one, the ledge with the leg hair. She modeled this pirate animatronic after her family's milkman, which is an interesting way for someone to be memorialized in a Disney attraction. But the leg hair does look extremely realistic. Another extremely large contribution that Harriet had was to Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. She worked with Blaine Gibson to create all of the tiki birds, and according to him, she had by far the harder task. Blaine created many of the identical structures for all of the birds, but it was up to Harriet to make them all look unique, to create the illusion of breathing, which she did using cashmere, and to give them their appearances that we all know and love today. The Tiki Room is actually one of my favorite places in Disneyland, and I really recommend that you check it out if you haven't before. It's an awesome show, the Dole Whip is obviously delicious, and it's the perfect place to admire Harriet Burns and her incredible skill. While experiencing the attractions that she worked on is one way to honor Harriet Burns, there's actually a place in Disneyland that's dedicated just to her. Die-hard Disney fans will likely be familiar with the concept of memorializing famous Imagineers on Main Street windows, but if you haven't heard of the concept, essentially, people who have contributed to the creation of the parks in a large way often get memorialized through a fictional business title located on the upper level windows of the buildings on Main Street. Harriet's window is located above the Carriage Palace Clothing Company store and reads, "The Artisan's Loft, Handmade Miniatures by Harriet Burns." Try and find it next time you're in the parks. Harriet Burns when you're in Disneyland. Think of her as you look at Sleeping Beauty's majestic castle, as you walk around magical New Orleans Square, as you scream your head off on the Matterhorn, and as you remember the story of that one pirate in Pirates of the Caribbean. As you hear the tiki bird sing, remember her intricate models, attention to detail, sense of humor, and revolutionary position in Walt Disney Imagineering. Today's Pixie Dust is a Walt Disney quote that I think is perfect for the new Imagineer Profile series on this channel. You can design and create and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make that dream a reality. I love this quote because while it's most obviously about the incredible Imagineers who build the park, it could also be about you as the guest enjoying it. If you enjoyed learning all about the incredible Harriet Burns, if you did, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you real soon!